Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I thought from varsity.
Wrong Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything, you have players out there.
I think the fellas were taking more serious.
What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now Manchester United are
Good evening everyone and welcome back to football as we know it and love it and sometimes we can't stand it. Right? Welcome to All In, All United everybody. We want to talk about the game, but before we do that, there was a
Volume
very
low?
sorry.
Volume? Or is it just, and I barely hear it.
Tell me now, you all hearing me good or no?
Yeah, you get.
Okay. All right. Nice. So we really need to remember, Sir Bobby Charlton, who would have passed, today, right? I guess it will be very, very difficult for us to really, say much, seeing that he would have been before our time, you know. But I don't know what. I mean, from my understanding, he was highly esteemed, from a global level and at Man United. He had his own stand, and I think it's safe to say he was an icon of the game, surviving the Munich air disaster, and I think he would have gone on to win everything that there was to win, during his time as a player, right? So Bobby Charlton was a pioneer alongside some of the likes of the late Pele, Maradona, Cruyff, and even, Beckenbauer, who's still with us. I think, with his passing, the game has lost an all-time great today, fellas. So, I mean, our hearts would, obviously go out to his family and his wife, and we know that the football fraternity, is mourning the loss of a legend. Right? Again, we may not be able to sing, praises of his playing career because we may not have, I don't know who immortal here, who are alive and kicking and watching football when, Charlton was in the heyday. But fellas, the floor open. We want to pay some tribute to a real man, a real monk. So go through and fellas, what is saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Just to hear that news wasn't the best because we all know Sir Bobby was like um, a Munich air disaster survivor, World Cup winner, and then even after retiring from football, still a Manchester United ambassador, right? A lot of people debate who should be a legend and who shouldn't be a legend at Manchester United, but there's no doubt that Sir Bobby is and will always be a Manchester United legend. It's not the best time to be receiving that type of news because Sir Alex Ferguson's wife passed away a couple of weeks ago, and that wasn't the best news. But to be hearing that Sir Bobby passed away today, um, I guess the players definitely had that on their mind, and they said, you know what, let's win this one for Sir Bobby. So yeah,
I mean, he had like so many records, like back in the day, were his records. I mean, what's so sad about his passing is, we look at his career and you look, he played for us. It's just kind of sad just knowing that where we are right now. I mean, you look at what he represents. Like he was the best, one of the best in the world, best in England, and he was what we were. To see that pass away, it just kind of it really kind of hits hard. for us, United fans, like, are we gonna, are we ever gonna reach back to that point where we are the best? So, he was great, and it's hard seeing him leave, and he kind of worry for his club in the future a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Nicole?
Yeah, yeah. And, that kind of sad news, or, that kind of news even though 86, you would have lived, you know. But then you always just see him in these stands as well. So that is why it would have come as a shock, like, but, I mean, you always seen Bobby in these stands, he used to look so lively, so, but that is life, right? That is life. And, I guess these are the moments
True.
sometimes where we just come back to reality now. Usually come back to reality. Um, but again, even Beckham spoke about him as well and saying that Subabi was a big part of him coming to United. So he, as much as his playing career would have been over, as Phil was talking about being an ambassador, he still had a huge part, in the fabric of Manchester United. I don't know how much, of that he had of recent, um, but he still had a major part in Manchester United, and he never drifted away from United. He always had, a United inside out. So again, I think we lost a big one, but I think he's well represented. At Manchester United, as you would have said, he has his own stands. He has his
The statue.
statue outside of Old Trafford. So I think he's well represented, which, and it's always good that, that the person are wrong to see these things and that everything is a posthumous kind of, accolade or award, So I guess he was wrong to, to live it as well. So again,
Correct.
kudos to Manchester United, for for the vision and foresight and, that's making him icon of the club. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, well said. Go through, chef.
Mhm.
When I heard that news, I mean, listen, we so deep into this club that things like this, even though we wouldn't have seen him live, we know about him. We have YouTube. We see how good the man was, and listen, the man was real bad in his day. The kind of skills, when they talk about him, the kind of skills he had is not something you used to really see Englishmen have. So he was way ahead of his time, and to know that
Facts.
he is part and the fabric of the DNA of what Manchester United is, what the club we love so much, it was real sad to see, he always, just like Sir Alex, he always around the club, when there's no man who is just full respect to them. Whenever you see them, whenever, anything to do is just with grace and class. It was real hard. It was a tough one to start the day with that, but, it is what it is. So, as you said, um, just keep his family and the larger Manchester family in our prayers, and we move on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well said, fellas. Well said. And I think that was a fitting, tribute to Sir Bobby, man. Nicholas Ward on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying rest in peace to the real legend and football and icon. You
Don't
don't know.
know.
You don't know. Yeah. So I mean, so fellas, we had to, change gears a little bit. And I mean, I think somebody had mentioned it earlier that last couple of weeks ago when we played Brentford, just before that, Sir Alex Ferguson's wife, Lady Cathy, would have passed. So we had, because of how close knit we are as a club, the guys will go out there to represent, you know, and even Scott McTominay, after scoring the winning goals against Brentford, he would have said that, he would have dedicated it to Sir Alex and his wife. And again, we had a situation like that where the team came out having to dedicate a performance and a result to someone who would have gone, very, very close to the club. So, I mean, back to back Premier League wins. And I think this was the first time we had back-to-back wins for the season, fellas. Right? Both those games were kind of hard to watch. Right? I mean, another game today where a moment of brilliance had to save us. You know? How long we go continue like this? I know. Right? But it not um it's not fun watching Manchester United play right now, especially when you consider, the teams we up against. Teams who in the doldrum, and they're looking better than us. They're looking like they have more quality than us. They're looking like they're more the better trained and coached than us. But the thing about it, fellas, is looking at how our season had started, and we know you know we've been hit with some injury issues and stuff like that, and we don't know how much of the fatigue of last season still affecting us now. But considering all the performances, guys, did you all expect a different performance than what you saw today, Nico?
Um, y- y- yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm being naive, but I think in Sheffield United, nah, that's the reason. So I think in Sheffield United haven't won a game for the season. We came off winning against Brentford in the 90 plus, thinking that that would have spurred on the team, to maybe even a little better performance. So based on that, I was hoping to see a better performance, and then the game started, and I was like, yo, it, why am I doing myself this? Because looking at the game, because I would have looked at the who Man City played Brighton, and I take a glimpse of that game, and I take a glimpse of the Chelsea Arsenal, and then when it came to our game, I was like, what am I watching? It was like, all right, this is football, and then it's like, Jed, I don't even know what I'm watching here,
Uh,
you know. So, Jed, I don't know, but I lost for words. That Ten Hag juice, I can't drink it right now, Oli. I can't drink it because I really don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on.
um, Let me get Phil on the inside. Phil, welcome back. Phil was out for a little while.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
welcome
yeah.
back to the
Welcome
All
back,
in All
Phil.
United,
Welcome back,
man.
Phil.
Yeah. So what
Um,
you saying, Phil? Tell me.
so during the game, what I heard was that all the teams that played Sheffield United this season, Sheffield United for a majority of the game, whoever the opposition was always on the back foot,
Yep.
right? Lo and behold, a team called Manchester United Football Club just has to change that, right?
Yep.
Most of the, I won't say most, but there were times in the first half that Sheffield United was pressing our defenders and what's not, and that wasn't the case for opposition teams. I already have told people for the last probably 3-4 seasons we need to get this whole Manchester United or the Manchester United of now or the same Manchester United of old, right? Let's be real. No team fears Manchester United anymore. None whatsoever. We're having we're having small teams come to Old Trafford. We're going away to small team grounds, and they are putting on an audition. That's the best way to put it. They're putting on an audition. And with regards to today's game, like you just said, man, it took individual brilliance to get a scrappy win today. Lo and behold, it's still a win, but at the end of the day, the performance today wasn't convincing, right? So, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Simeon, this one to you. And Phil used the term individual brilliance, right? Anything, what wrong with a team winning off individual brilliance? That is why you have big players for, right?
When you gotta we okay, let me start over. When you gotta start McTominay to offer that brilliance, you're in trouble. Like the only reason McTominay started there was because he could score. That's the only reason why he started there. That's the only reason why Manchester say, "Hey, you go in front there and get a ball to just get a ball in the box and score." And kudos to him. The man could score some decent goals. But like when your players who's supposed to be scoring these goals can't even. Who's Rashford ain't scoring a goal. I mean, we what did I don't know, man. Like we making things so hard. I mean, that's the hard. That's the thing. I mean, I know I came from the question, but like we making things so hard. Like you're screaming at the TV whole game, pass the ball here, make this simple pass there. It's simple. You're screaming at players to do a simple thing to score a goal. We don't, it's so simple. We don't need individual brilliance. The players that are to be made are right there. Like, how you gonna tell, Garnacho, we mad at Rashford because he don't pass the ball. We think he's doing too much. Then we bring Garnacho on and he do the same thing. And it's like, if we just do simple things, we won't need individual brilliance. I watched this game and I was just mad because it's like 3 or 4, 5. Goals that could have been there with just the right pass, and we could keep every single game saying the same thing and nothing changing. Why cannot you have to be offside? When Marshall get the ball, let's wait a second for that pass, and you'll be onside. There's simple things we don't do. Individual brilliance. That goal that Dallo scored. That's a gift. That goalkeeper should have saved that. It was a good start, but that man glove was right there. I don't know how we didn't save that. That's his near post. Like we making things too hard for ourselves, and the players who we have for individual brilliance, like McTominay playing. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Jody on the inside. Jody, blessed night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. You're so welcoming Phil back, all right? He's saying here, I tell Ollie already, I sending Lexi to score the goals. Which one? Them will spoil any striker. So Lexi and all might suffer for service to score.
Yeah.
Chef, what you saying? What you saying? You expected a different performance, by?
No, I don't know what Nico's smoking.
Well, I can be optimistic, Chef. I
But
can be hopeful. I can be hopeful after a whole day I watching decent football at least I'll get a good looking game. At least easy on the eye.
You could be optimistic, but you gotta be realistic as well, Nico.
let me take off my glasses.
Yeah, but
Sometimes optimism is. So
I got to take off mine too. So
yeah.
Dan,
Go ahead.
Dan. For the first 55 minutes, it's about that, give or take. Dan, I'm watching Manchester play, and I stoops in, and my wife watching me because I know what she wants to see. Why are you putting yourself through that? Because you're complaining this shit. Then don't watch them. And here all I telling myself, yo, we is real effing garbage, Dan, we look so poor. And here's the thing, it's not even surprising. And you know what is the next part? it wasn't even surprising that we still end up winning. Paul, hear me? Because I know that team capable of playing football when they want to play. In spurts, we just get it. Because I tell all you from about the 55th minute, I don't know, like the light bulb went off and they start to play. I say,
Now,
look, the
Scott
ball start
McTominay
to
come
move.
off. Scott McTominay come off. I see me say Scott McTominay come off
Dad,
the field.
I'm tell
Yeah,
all
we
you
make some
something.
substitutions. It's only when we make the substitutions the teams try to play better, you know.
That's telling you.
50, and that was what? The 50 something minute, right?
Or 60 or
No, that
somewhere
was
around
the
there.
60 something, yeah.
Yeah.
62nd
It
or
was around
63rd
there.
or something.
But I
Yeah.
know, it was around there because I was checking my fantasy points. So, so it will really be around the 60th. But yo, and you see this notices about Scott McTominay? Yo, Scott, you know what Scott McTominay is? Fellaini 2.2.
Nah,
he
Fulini was
don't-
better than he. Nah, Fulini was better. No,
Boy.
no, Fulini was better. No, Fulini was better. No. Fulini at least put in a tackle. At least no Fulini was on the field.
The one thing,
Outside of the goal, you didn't know McTominay was on the field. We were
Yeah,
short.
No,
McTominay. I hear
We
McTominay
were
did,
short.
what, 9 passes whole game? Or 5
No,
passes or 6 passes or something like that?
in
How
a
you gonna make
midfield
6 passes in an hour?
that is
And
so
he's a
congested.
midfielder, boy. He's a midfielder.
I have to argue with a man. A man want to tell me, Don, but what Amrabat doing? I said,
You
Don,
crazy?
you only realize Amrabat doing McTominay walking in midfield because he by himself.
McTominay near the midfield. He's a scorer. He's striker. He team striker.
But he's that striker.
He's striker. Man scored.
I don't know what he is, boy.
You
He's an opportunist. He's an opportunist, boy.
You gotta realize that Amrabat had his work cut out for him today, boy. That nice spot was on the right and doing nothing. I tell myself, why we got Dallas, Scott, and Anthony on the right, and Amrabat is in the midfield by himself. He did a great job, but a man shouldn't be doing that amount of work when they should be helping the
He
midfield.
go burn out. He go get burned out just like how Casemiro get burned out.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, though, you see, and this will be the first time I'm going on record and saying it. Ten Hag on real shit with not playing Hannibal. Real talk. There's nobody, there's no Manchester fan to tell me or give me a good reason why Hannibal is not the first starter in that midfield right now. It have nobody better than him in that midfield. None.
What?
None of them.
All right. Man getting carried away, buddy.
None.
I ain't saying,
None of
I
them
ain't
better
saying
than
he,
him.
I ain't saying he probably deserve a shout now, but
Hey,
you say it on the way
none
him.
of them have been playing consistently better than that youth because that youth in form since preseason. All of them others, they might be my gal half for them. We might
No, but
gal.
what's saying? Chef, my thing, right? It's hard, it's difficult
I really
for no, but here what I'm saying, right? It's difficult for one person to stand out consistently when the entire team playing poorly, yeah? Right?
And
You
so
might get a player
how
to stand
come
out. You might get one player to stand out for one game, but if you, and I guarantee, I agree that the games Hannibal played, he was decent, right? But you let Hannibal play in that team consistently, and Hannibal performances will just start to go down. I watching Hoyland, right? Hoyland started off real hot and sweaty, and Hoyland scoffing at chances now, you know? And this is the same thing I said before, you know? When our striker stop getting chances, the chances he do get, he will lose composure.
I don't
Right,
want
and
to
he'll
say
start
these
snatching
couple
at chances.
chances, man.
No, because listen, that chance Rashford gave you in the end day.
But that shot was Rashford take
I-
and the man pulled it down by. That was that shot
No,
there?
but
Nah,
no,
that's
but he
a
was
cross.
saying, no, but talking.
That was no
I
cross.
talking.
Chef, come now, man.
I talking.
The one when
I
you put
talking about the
across,
one.
then that ball come across the face of the goal, you know.
No, but I talking about the one where he passed it when the goalkeeper make the bad pass.
Yeah,
And it
when
went
he-
straight to
Yeah.
Rashford.
Yeah.
And Rashford played for
Rashford
for
supposed to
Hoyland.
shoot.
Rashford
Yes, I know
supposed to-
Rashford supposed to shoot.
Rashford
I know,
supposed to
but
shoot.
Rashford confidence low. We don't know that already. But what I'm talking about
But
is
don't
because
score for England.
no, but here was
I
saying.
do agree with Jerry that goal is a put away.
Yeah, because watch me, I saw before Hoyland turn on men, take his time, compose and finish. I see that already. Right?
He do that.
And
He do
when a
that
man
in
against
international.
Galatasaray and in against Galatasaray. So
But
I
the
know
man
when a
don't
man
score.
suffering for service and the burden that he has scored premiership goal yet weighing on him. You
For me,
understand?
I like that.
So I tell you, this team,
To be an attacker
you put
with
Hannibal
Marcus
inside there,
Rashford had to be real frustrated.
Hannibal will get you 2 good games and then he levels us at a drop. Because he just start to get
Well,
frustrated, just like everybody's on that team.
that midfield, boy. Oh my God, that
Yeah,
midfield,
I agree that midfield is the problem.
But
that
Nico,
midfield is the problem.
It's the problem. It's the problem
going to
because
Like
teach,
even
right?
seriously, Joe, we could point
even
at
when
the other thing,
Ericsson
but that
Ericsson come on with the little legs in the end, you saw the difference in the football.
But then
because
you realize that Victor Lindelof also had to go into midfield to help out as well too. You realize
yes,
that there?
Johnny Evans had to go in the midfield to help too. But Johnny Evans is a baller,
I would have said Johnny Evans went into midfield. Johnny
Everton
Evans.
thing.
I would
Evans
say
having
Johnny
thing.
Evans went
Evans
into
looking
midfield.
good, boy. I
Johnny
can't believe
Evans
I'm saying that.
Johnny Evans making Maguire look good right now. Because
but
Johnny
dog,
We got to talk
Johnny
about,
Evans
we got to talk
coached
about
Maguire
Maguire.
on the field.
that we had to talk about that, but big to big though, me and Line, I real. You see that midfield? I don't know what Ten Hag ideas is because right now I don't know what is the style. I thought we had Ten Hag ball, but right now Ten Hag ball is as good as punching on water.
Let me
So
let me let me say one thing about Tank ball. Like, yeah, the team playing mess, but it's hard. Ten Hag can't pass the ball for them. When Bruno passing, his passing rate is the lowest on the field.
Jesus Christ!
Terrible.
Ten Hag he can't play for them. Like the choices they making on the field is so bad. The reason why we screaming is because we see the pass, we see the simple one, but then they want to play long ball all the time. They meant see simple pass and they can't make it. Like we playing some dumb football. We ain't just Ten Hag can't.
If your captain is the protagonist of wastage, then the entire team could be like, listen, the amount of time Bruno wastes that ball today
had to be one.
If my fist could
Bruno
have
is
reached through the
the
screen
player.
and connect, hear what I telling you, Bruno don't have black eye and thing in it.
Dan, me and I don't tell you, and it's real defense, Bruno, but you see today,
But the thing is, Bruno don't look over Portugal, boy.
No, the days is, I don't know what's going on.
The man don't look over Portugal, boy. Where does
Dan, you watch him play for Portugal? You watch him play for Portugal this week? Dan, I'm watching this man play for Portugal. And it's like, and then men want to tell me, well, he played with different players. I say, oh, you stop being a caca-hole. But he played with different players. We talk about the player is the same man.
Bring that standard across. Bring the standard across.
It's the same man, but you tell him about he played with different players.
Yeah.
Dan, I watch this man play for Portugal. It's barely a miss kick.
Yeah.
Nah, he's look different. He's look a different player, but
And the hands is no such as them dotish home run ball and them
Yeah.
Nah, but today I might not tell you. Today I swear he was going to take on Bruno and Paul Mountain.
I thought so too.
I say thank you. They're pulling them off.
But then when I watch, I see Rashford still on the field.
You had to make up your mind on which one all are coming off. Two of them are coming off at the same time. So it's either Rashford or Bruno or Hoyland. One of them are come off.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get some comments here, fellas. Alright, Jody saying here, typical United, score first and give up in minutes.
Yeah, boy. That is story every season, boy.
He also said here, I turning off all notifications for next week, yes?
Yeah, IP can black out next week game, yes?
Bye.
Better than Hannibal, Nico?
You crazy?
Dan.
I don't know why that mixing on that bench.
I want Nico. I want
he
to
need
read
numbers
promise.
In the injured. He need numbers.
I want to read promise. Not to ask us at the end of the podcast what we think the score going to be, because we go out to lie.
Nah, boy.
No, no, no,
Nah,
no, no. I
boy.
ain't gonna ask that question.
Nah, nah,
Plus,
nah.
plus we are Copenhagen to talk about. We ain't go talk about City until after
They will be
Copenhagen.
playing. There might be three.
Yeah, boy.
Kristen on the inside. Thanks for joining, Kristen. Good night, man. He said McTominay was playing behind Hoyland and Bruno was in midfield with Amrabat. Bruno wasn't playing the 8 because he was high up the pitch. And then Lindelof was slotting in the midfield, like what Amrabat was doing when he now come to play left back. I think that is all down to the coach, right? So the team shape he's saying is, Ten Hag responsibility, right? Wakanda Forever on the inside. Thanks for joining. Good night to you, right? She's saying, good night. Chef, you were the one preaching Ten Hag don't have favorites now. What are you saying now? All right.
I was.
I can't remember.
Well, all right. I will take.
Apparently, the man remember an episode of All In All United that the man said.
Wakanda Forever is a female, eh?
Yeah,
It's a female.
Yeah.
So nobody have memory when the one time memory like a female. So
You can't out she.
so I'm telling you, I don't know to that song because I feel that must be one of the million podcasts on that I must say that. So if you say so straight, all right. I don't even think
Maguire was the best.
right now is about favorites. Huh? He playing who fits.
Nah, yeah, favoritism still there.
Rashford.
Alright, yeah. Maguire was the best passer today. That is how horrible we were.
Nah, but Maguire passing.
Maguire was good. Maguire was good.
No,
I isolated him. I
don't want to talk about him yet. We go work with it.
Nice.
Kristen saying, how was Rashford playing over Garnacho? Garnacho come on there and look just like Rashford. You see, we wingers have a serious IQ problem, right? And I full stop riding.
Is he dumb? Is dumb, you know? It's the same thing. All of them is doing it.
That confidence issue because I think that chance Garnacho get. How we could score that?
But Nico,
at your level,
we're talking confidence. Nico, we talking. You saw the goal Rashford score for England during the week.
Yes.
So then it can't be no confidence thing.
No. You see, the Premier League is different, right?
Yeah, different
Italy. Italy they don't watch the Premier League, so they don't know that Rashford gonna continue on the right foot.
I can slightly disagree with you, Chef, because when I go on vacation versus when I come out to work, I feel totally different.
Yeah.
So what you saying? When he playing for his country, that's be on vacation.
No, because what I said, right?
Well, now I understand why Trinidad footballers just be playing the ass so instead of be on vacation.
Right?
Good,
everybody in the Premier League know Rashford gonna cut on the inside. So it's easy because United football is so easy, right? Everybody looking to play for Rashford, right? So any coach can say, yeah, what? Long Rashford get a ball, 3 men. He gonna cut on the inside. And Rashford game done. Watch when he scored a goal for England.
For England.
Yeah?
Yeah, so much touches he get real time on that ball.
That's what I say.
Exactly.
It's cut, It's cut
on the inside.
To cut.
No, but what I'm saying in the Premier League, you're not getting that time. You're not getting that time.
But that's Italy you're playing, though. Italy.
Nah, but Italy don't watch the Premier League, clearly. Because if Italians don't watch the Premier League, you wouldn't give Rashford that because that's Rashford's strength.
One thing, like, for England, you have one guy, you have Bellingham. Like, Bellingham's a much bigger threat.
Yeah.
Remember Bellingham's smart, too. Because if you watch that goal properly, if you watch that goal, Bellingham run across and clear the way for Rashford to come. Like our players don't do that kind of stuff.
But even if they do that, Rashford not even going to pass.
I ain't gonna wait to do that.
The defender don't know that that's a decoy run, right? He's still gonna cut in on the inside.
Boy, you see Jude Bellingham? He is the definition of a real $100 million boy.
That's right.
Yeah, telling you.
Here's the thing I watch with Jude there. And I mean, as England is my team, so obviously I will watch my players and them. Dan, Jude game is not to score, you know. So he don't come on that I had to score every game. But he
You
anything,
serious,
he
boy?
does
Jude
score nearly
scoring?
every game. Because of the man footballing IQ. He
Nah,
know
you
he
well
could he
intelligent, boy.
dog.
I ain't
This
want to
youth
talk about
man
him.
really
I ain't want to
bad.
talk about you. I got vexed. So I want to talk about you right now.
And if
I
he come
want
United,
I ain't
he
been.
will look like he come United, he will look like Rashford. If he come
I tell
United.
it, yeah. I tell it, yeah. We curse, boy. Let me get more the comments here earlier. Arvin on the inside. Good night to
Yeah,
you,
good night,
man.
good
He's
night.
saying, listening from Namibia. How we saying, man? He's saying, don't get to see the
So
games, but
were
watch
you
the
really
highlights.
working? Were you really working? Eh? Alright, partner. Stay safe.
Let's stay safe, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jody saying here, boy, if them men just simplify the game, you'll see. And I think that was Simeon was
That
saying
is
earlier, you know,
oh,
the
oh good
simplicity.
lord. That is Simeon who said, boss, we just make things difficult now. No, I
Yeah.
understand we watching it from from the couch, from wherever we is. But that I watched it because I'm watching we men had the ball. So okay, as a footballer, you facing the field, you facing downfield. To get a pass, make one step, left or right. That is all. That is all. Please make a step left or right. If you make a step in either direction, you are going to be between two attackers or two defenders to receive the ball instead of hiding behind
Yeah.
a man. And all I said, dog, why we just trying to be so difficult? Why? And then there's a boom kick up for. Oh my God!
Now that boom kick
But I
frustrating
can tell
me.
you something, eh? But I can tell you something, eh? And those who watching, don't forget to like up and share up the video, right? But I can tell you something, you know, I realize we do have confidence in playing the ball through the middle of the park.
No, we
I don't know if it's
don't.
because the team.
Because we don't have a midfield.
I don't know
We
if it's
don't have a midfield.
right. So I don't know if it's because Nico players don't come short between the lines to collect the ball again. It's either
Who
coming
we
straight
have
deep
could do
down.
that?
No, well, when I say even if you have a Bruno or a Ericsson could receive the ball, but Ericsson don't
Ericsson could
come
do
in the
that.
middle. He's come at the side, but Ericsson will still come at the side to receive the ball, so he
So
still
about
get a
coming
sideways
dead,
pass.
center midfield,
Because
get
because
the ball to another dime
because
and
Yeah,
go
yeah.
forward. We don't do that at
yeah
all.
Agreed.
and drive the ball
Agreed.
forward. We don't do that.
At
We don't, and
all.
because we
At
don't do that, we
all.
don't
We don't
see.
do that
Yeah, we don't
from the
see.
wing.
Go ahead.
I know. I don't
Correct.
know if you guys. I don't know if you guys realize, but whenever we're chasing the wind, you know, Bruno to start to drop deeper and they only going one way only in the air. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
Yeah,
realize that.
in the air. Yeah.
hero ball.
That happening. That's
Yeah.
happening.
When
So,
when you done, you could play the ball short, playing triangles.
but you see, as I was saying just now, right? We don't play the ball, or we don't progress the ball through the middle of the park. We just progress the ball wide in wide areas, and we wide players, IQ levels real low. So you gotta understand the kind of creativity you can get from wide areas. We in trouble earlier,
I
right?
wonder
We
if
in
Ajax,
trouble
I wonder if Ajax could give you a rebate
because
on that.
why
Well,
them and
I
buying
asked
Anthony for that price is
these
we
days,
fault.
boy. So
Damn.
No, but what I'm saying,
He
right?
is-
What I'm saying is the issue with our football is because we so slow and we build up. And I said before, Johnny Evans passing to Maguire, he go pass it to Lindelof. Lindelof go pass it to Amrabat go pass it to Dalot. Dalot go pass it back to Maguire. And watch me, we
That's
just make
frustrating.
100 passes in the back, and then one long pass and lost the ball. And if it's one
Yeah.
thing I realize we're doing pretty decently now, is we winning back the ball rather good. Just to recycle that same nonsense.
Just to give it over again.
Because you see, because we don't create spaces in the middle of the park to receive the ball, to progress the ball through the middle of the park. So it's so
You just
easy
wonder.
for teams to mark us out. That's why them fellas have been playing ping pong in the back there for hours.
You know, start to wonder if Manchester, if them fellas is trained, you know, because I just don't feel we just train. I feel we just train
Right.
for about an hour for the cap, for the media to get some footage of we, and then them fellas just go inside Carrington Road and play PlayStation.
Drink beers or something, boy, because
You know,
nah, you
But
can't.
just
You
don't train, boy. Because everything, all you realize, everything we talking, nearly every single week, even when I not here, even when Phil not here, even when Nico, somebody missing, but it's basically the same conversation every week.
you
It's
know,
the same things.
yeah, we could
you
have
know.
we could have rerun and somebody could think is the same is the game up play
It's
today.
the same Sheffield game, yeah.
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 Simeon?
No, if you watch like today, I saw like I don't know if you guys saw it. There's something seeing things like you seen Rashford more wide in this game, and I think Ten Hag trying to get him more wide, like have the ball, find him in more space. And I think it worked well today. But like when he get the ball, like I don't think he knows what he's gonna do with it. Like if you get the ball in space, either go or move the ball. He goes
Anyway.
Yeah,
halfway, he
And he
stops, he
stopped.
dribbles,
Yeah, he turned back.
yeah, turn back, and by that time, like the
now
move done,
Yeah, yeah.
recycle
Marcus
again.
slowed down. Marcus was slowing down on our pet match team. We have one of we players and them, one of the most skillful players too, Joey. And hear me like what they say about like Joey in Rashford body today or what? Because it's the same thing. He gets the ball. No matter how fast the ball is moving, when he gets the ball, he's going to stop with one foot, look up at the whole field, and instead of making a one-time passes to keep on with the ball rotating. When you stop you stop in the whole play, the whole momentum. So now, them split seconds, you're giving our team defense time to regroup.
But
I
Alian,
don't know why
Alian,
Marcus doing
Right,
this.
I got a
but
question. I got a question for you guys before you go, Ray. You think Marcus Rashford has gotten too comfortable at Manchester United?
And we could have rerun on that too because we talk about when players get contract, like they just flip. You know, when they're playing for contract is one thing. When they get a contract, well, yeah, I don't get sure already.
I mean,
When
but
last a man signed a contract extension for Manchester and continue to produce?
Not Bruno,
Like
not
no serious,
Rashford, not Dallo.
not
but
Martial.
let me say something, right? Let me just say something, right? Because I kind of want to defend Rashford a little bit, right? Because one of the issues that we have, remember, we just use Rashford for he to break the line. And plenty times today when Maguire would have found Rashford, he had space. Now we just always complain when Rashford running into blind alleys. Rashford not confident. So Rashford, because the couple times when he do try to dribble today, he get picked. Right? So Rashford not gonna he not confident to take on players over and over and over, especially when the fan base don't know you're too potent there right now. So the set of groans and things that could affect his game. Right? So what Rashford trying to do is trying to make sure he have enough passing options. So because remember by the time he break the line, you have a set of slow players trying to catch up to provide passing options. Because he's not gonna take on and try to score for himself. Because you're going up against how much defenders, and it's you there, probably Hoyland in the box, and then you now have these other men, running up to provide support. So Rashford had to slow down the football. Now my issue, because you want the football to be recycled, because you'll open spaces. This is why I was mentioning earlier that those balls in the middle, through the middle, those balls where you want meant to receive and turn on the ball, we don't play enough of those passes. When you play the
Yeah.
ball wide, you're placing a lot of emphasis on these wide players to take on and score. We had to move away from that. Right? So when Rashford get the ball and Rashford try to slow it down, it's really to get the ball recycled. When I see it happen 2 times today. Rashford get the ball, he slow down the football, yes. He turn and he look for Bruno, and Bruno throw away the ball. So we lost possession. And he defeat the entire purpose of why Rashford would have slowed down the ball. So it's either we want Rashford to slow down the ball and Bruno to make use of the pass, or we going to ask Rashford to just run into blind alleys and run into brick
Yeah,
walls.
Yeah,
What
but
we
I don't think
want.
that's the tactic though. I don't think that's the tactic. The
So then
tactic
why
is
Rashford do it then?
no, the tactic is this. The tactic is for Rashford to get the ball in a one-on-one position and take on his man.
Yeah, but
Take on
plenty
his
of the times
man
when
and either
Rashford get the
cross or
ball,
shoot. Because the
yeah, but look at the
moment,
team.
I don't think the tactic is to get the ball and
Because,
cut
but
back and
Nico,
slow it down and wait for players to come.
no,
I
but
don't think that's
Nico,
the tactic.
you have to look at your opponent because if Sheffield playing a low block, then it's very highly unlikely Rashford will ever get 1-on-1. It will always be 2-on-1 or
No,
3-on-1.
it had times today Rashford get one-on-one and he slow down the ball, as you say. He slow down
Yeah,
the ball, he stopped, he
that
didn't
again.
go at the
I don't
defender,
think
and I was like,
I can't remember.
Jed, yeah, that happened a few
No,
times well.
yeah,
And I
he
was
did
like,
it.
Jed,
He did it a few
why,
times today, Nico.
yeah, because
I mean,
Maguire would have picked him out very
yeah,
well at times, and Rashford is still on the football, and to me, the tactic is to get Rashford free and isolated against a defender. And the moment you're getting that and he not taking on his man, then I think he defeating the purpose of that tactic.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Marcus Rashford and Anthony, you get put on the wings not only for your pace, but you have some sort of skill in you that can make you beat defenders, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in Anthony or Marcus Rashford, especially Rashford, this entire season. I just haven't. So it's
Confidence
almost like
low.
when
Confidence low.
Rashford or but here's the thing, right? You say confidence low, and I do agree with you, right? But how come men that play for Sheffield today on the wings running at our men without any fear? How come?
I
How
don't know,
come?
boy. I
And
can't explain that now, boy.
then men
I
in
don't
two
know, to be
ideal
honest.
position.
That's backup. Backups. That way, but
And
anyway,
those men just hold 8 from Newcastle and still running at us. 8.
Their confidence supposed to be under the white line, under the grass.
Correct.
And them playing like them confidence in the sky.
no, like
No, when you play in Manchester United, that's the luxury, you know. You never know where you're
That
going
is
to
the
get, you
thing,
know.
boy. I don't
So,
know how it is players teams looks against us and then the next game is licks again, boy.
Yeah, 2-2.
nah,
What you
man.
say,
Like
man?
that's what's Brighton. What's Brighton?
But I think
Brighton
our
can't
game
get
to
this.
WT.
nah, man. Like, well, I guess Taff, the guy said that Sheffield United gave up, the most goals per cross in the league. Like crosses coming into the box from the wing. The next team they gave up 3 times more than the last team. How many crosses we put into the box today? I mean, if a team weakness is crosses coming in, flicking in from outside the box, and they're the worst in the league, 3 times worse than the next team, and you don't try and put crosses into the box, what are we doing? Like, I know we always try to put the ball on the ground and try and pass our way. Like, why, if that's their weakness, and we have Rasmussen there, and we have McTominay in there now too, why, like, I don't understand. That's my one, what's my one thing about Ten Hag. Like, if you know if you scout a team and that's their weakness, why don't you try and do that? Like,
Because you saw today when Anthony were across the ball, it went to who it was, Marcus, and Marcus
Rashford.
played it over, and Highland would have missed it just by right? And again, that shows that they were weak on crosses, because most of the time when that cross went in, whoever was on the last post was picking up the ball for United. But again, we just weren't effective in what we did with the ball after. But again, that definitely was a weakness of Sheffield that we didn't capitalize on.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to sit down for about 2 hours and watch what these guys do in training.
Mhm.
'Cause what they do in
And I
training,
don't think them the strain, boy.
man. I agree with you, but I still disagree. If I want to see what these guys is do in training and how it is not being replicated on the football field, I
Boy,
got
them must be playing FIFA.
Honestly, I think our problem is the
Um,
midfield earlier, right? And until we fix our midfield issues, because we're supposed to get a replacement of Ericsson, we
But when they
didn't
say,
do that.
when they say, but Nico, when they
Yeah.
say fix the midfield, what do you mean in terms of personnel or in terms of
Personnel.
understand? But look at how much
Personnel.
we have personnel.
No,
So
we have
personnel
bodies. Okay. When I say personal with a certain skill set. We have bodies, but we don't have players. That's the because we saw today when Ericsson came on how the football changed. The football looked different. The football looked like Ten Hag ball that we were seeing from last season. But without
All
that
right.
quality in the midfield, we doesn't see it. And as I always say, any team with a slightly better midfield than ours would look better than us. And that's almost every game this season.
Like our problems are so like we have so many problems. We can't point at the midfield. It's like we can't score, we can't do anything in the midfield, and when we play a good team, we can't defend. I mean, it's so hard. I mean, Sheffield United is a good example of you might say it's wingers and strikers maybe, and maybe Bruno and McTominay. Like today, kind of illustrates our problem scoring and our problems, creating chances. But
With the chances we created today, Simeon, to be honest, we could have comfortably won this game 3 or 4-0 if we took our chances.
True.
And the
Let me just get
chances
some
that we're
comments,
not
guys.
taking is bread and butter chances for other strikers.
Most teams, yeah.
Correct. Let me just get some comments quickly. All right. A big one here from Kristen. All right. He's saying here Garnacho work rate better than Rashford. Made some great tackles high up the pitch and created goal scoring opportunity. The chance he threw away wouldn't count. Marcel play a pass a little too
That
late.
didn't look offside to me. That didn't. The AR put up his flag, but if he did score, I think
Nah,
that
it was offside. It was offside.
You sure that was outside? That looked real tight to me.
All right, even if it was onside, what Garnacho do?
Exactly, and that's what he's supposed to do. It was a finish. Rim freeze there.
Yeah, rain freeze. I read the
He's
comment.
stuck. I thought you're stuck. Watch the comment there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Garnacho work rate by ring me back. Stop by
I don't know. I go on after here.
Yeah, you froze up a while, but you come back.
You read the comment there?
You froze like Rashford just now.
where he made some great tackles high up the pitch and created goal scoring opportunities. Chance he threw away wouldn't account because Marcel played the pass a little too late because he was offside. No, Garnacho had to hold his run. Garnacho had to hold his run. Right? But Rashford, if he can't cut it on the right, the only other play is to pass back the ball. The only other place to pass back the ball. Alright. Jody's in here, we have Donny van der Beek to do that.
But Donny van der Beek can't play in that hole because if Donny van der Beek get the ball facing the opposition goal, you're gonna pass it back, right? Because there's a one-touch football, and you're a player who would hold the ball, turn as Reem saying in spaces, and make a pass. That is not Donny van der Beek game.
Yeah, okay.
Why? I can read the comments then. Well, ASM just saying good night to everyone and blessings and love all you. I can't bring up the other comments since I ain't in control, but what were we even talking about again? Really always wherever Reem froze, he always like finger in the mouth.
Right, we have another comment from Christian here. I realize United fans that only see fault in Maguire and McTominay. Russia had 300,000 salary, right? Ain't play a good game yet. And next one, Sancho, 300,000 salary, training with the reserves. Varane on 350k, and always injured, right?
Nah, we criticizing whoever plays shit. If Maguire
everybody does get a dose.
Yeah, if Maguire and McTominay play shit, we can tell them to play shit. But if Rashford and Bruno and the other men who won 250,000 plus play shit, we can tell them to play shit as well too. Nobody ain't immune from criticism.
Yeah. I mean, especially this year. I mean,
oh, you got that right.
Well, with comments, guys.
With the comments. We now talk. Read Kristen comment there. Yeah, we now read that.
All right, cool. So, Aaron on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Um, so guys, we want to move on, right? I don't think we might be able to cover everything that I had on the because I want to talk about Sancho and the this whole Ineos thing. But let me
Um,
look ahead to Tuesday now. All right, let me look ahead to Tuesday because we are Copenhagen coming to the theater of nightmare dreams, whatever.
Theater of Nightmares.
Um,
Ah,
yeah,
Mm.
nah. Right now it's my nightmare. Everybody coming and school, and we own the
Yeah,
fortress that we was building. We just burning it back down.
right.
Right.
Um,
Um.
but go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So my question is, and after this we could wrap it up, guys. My question is, what changes you would make for that game because that game is a do or die. If we lost that game, we might as well write off with Champions League chances. Right. So that game is a must win. Right. And yeah. So what changes are they making? How are they gonna approach the game, or do we brace ourselves as Jody saying here, brace ourselves for Europa League, right?
Europa. If
Because
you're
Oh,
if we
lucky,
lost
Europa.
that game, we even sure for Europa.
Europa. If you're lucky,
Yeah,
We even
yeah.
sure for
They ain't
Europa.
lucky.
Yeah.
Ain't chances be in Europa, no?
yeah, right.
it,
In
it's
fact,
Cas-
right now we're
Yeah,
fighting for Europa.
is Casemiro back?
correct. Yeah,
No,
No.
he should. Ten Hag say he will be. No, but remember he's suspended for that game, huh?
he's suspended for the
He's
year.
Oh yeah,
suspended.
yeah, true. Because of that stupid pass from
Yeah.
Yeah,
Onana and the
yeah,
Galatasaray game.
yeah.
I I would be benching, and I don't know if this would be controversial or not, but I would be benching Rashford and Anthony, and I would play a Christmas tree formation. My Christmas tree formation will consist of Hoyland at the top, then below Hoyland will be Bruno and Mount, and then below Bruno and Mount will be Amrabat, Scott, and Ericsson. And
Wow.
that's my Christmas tree formation. So yeah,
It's funny,
Maxwell,
man.
you
Somebody,
boy?
It's
somebody,
funny, man.
Phil, you alright, boy?
somebody could go and get the real Phil from vacation, please,
that's my
because this
well,
ain't my bedroom Phil.
Hey,
we ain't got nothing to lose because Rashford and Anthony ain't saying nothing on the wing, so I trying something different.
now a Scott.
But
What about Menu, boy? What about
who
Menu, boy?
else?
Hannibal?
Well, all right,
Is
well,
that
okay,
Hannibal?
cool
Is that
then.
Menu?
Take out Scott and put in Hannibal then. Still, I'm still going with the same formation.
Right,
Okay, yeah,
right.
you take that. You take that. You take that.
Yeah, take out Scott. I am not for or against Scott. I just, yeah, go along.
All right. Well, I go in now, right? So I must big up Maguire and today's performance earlier. As we just say, we call a speed, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And based on that, definitely Maguire starting, right? The
yeah.
Copenhagen game, with Varane, right? So I think he was really saving Varane because we know we could only get one game a month from Varane. So like he was saving Varane, for the Copenhagen game. So Varane coming in, and again, kudos to Johnny Evans. I think he had an excellent performance today. I don't know what going on with the left back though. Regular, and you heard
Yeah,
anything?
Nah,
regular
he should
supposed
be
to
back.
regular
He
should be
training.
And
regular
He
Matchfit
training.
for
regular
the
So
game.
training that
he could be there for
Yeah,
Copenhagen.
yeah,
he could be there
yeah, yeah.
for Copenhagen. Yeah.
So let me hope so, because we really kind of experimented in the back, and Lindelof, the error from Lindelof today would have cost us the penalty. We could make a terrible pass in the back, and that led to the goal. So Regulan coming in, and we had Dalo on the right back, the midfield. I playing Mount and Amrabat in the midfield. Um, my problem is the wing. I think Rashford definitely not in form, So I would start Martial on the left. I would start Martial on the left and play Hoyland on top, um, with Bruno in the midfield, and I would start Anthony in that game.
Lord.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're saying Simeon.
Um, I would crap choices, man. Yeah, I mean, Varane, of course, back in. Maguire looked good. Um, Dallo, of course. Hopefully, Reguilon is ready. I mean, I just never know with this team. You never know. Arambat, uh, Hannibal, and Bruno in the midfield. I would I would play man. I would start Rashford on the left. Put Mount on the right, and of course Hoyland up front. I don't think Anthony, besides defense, and Mount can play defense. I don't think Anthony gives us anything on the right. We need at least one.
I see
We
it,
need
Jody. I see it.
we need at least one passing wing, on that field every time. As far as Martial goes, Martial ain't have that burst that he needs to play on the wing. He can
But
play up
Oliver
front.
Sanchez is looking nimble right now.
For a while he
Yeah,
did, but today he didn't
yeah,
look that. He didn't look
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. You look that sharp today, but I think what you have that we lacking is that composure,
Yeah,
in the final third. I think he has that. I think that is what we lacking, and I think if he himself and Hoyland could create some kind of
How old Martial is now? Like 33, 34
well,
now?
The man ain't even 30 yet.
By 27 by
Man is around 27 going on 40.
27 in that 40. I look at
So
it.
that man been at the club almost 10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Chef way saying.
Chef Reed.
Onana don't know how to parry a ball.
Oh, nah, boy. He had me so
Parry
pissed
away
today.
from the goal. Parry
Parry
away from
away
the
from the
goal.
goal. Then the man made this. No, it
Just
was a
so,
good
huh?
save. But dog, you parry the ball straight back into the center. I thought when you're parrying, is you just push the ball so, but like he just push the ball so.
He showing confidence too. He had a bit like the next one. Is that
All
what is
right,
that?
so
A whole
Onana,
bag.
I wish we could get in other keeper around there, to be honest. But all right, so we're being
Not
realistic.
not not that game, I tell you. That's a big game, only. An important game, boy.
Yeah, every game
Yeah.
is a big game for
Mad,
Manchester.
Yeah.
Nah,
All
but
right,
this one
so
particularly big.
so,
It's bigger than big.
so Onana, Dallo, Regulan, Maguire, Varane, Garnacho on the left, Rashford on the right, Hannibal, Amrabat, Bruno, Hoyland.
I find you've got about 13 players there.
No, check it. Is 11?
Alright.
Nah, I think about 13.
13, boy.
Is 11?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Nah, I going with Onana. I think everybody agree with the backline. Regular and Dallo,
Yeah.
Varane and Maguire, because Maguire.
We have no choice. We
the
got
man talk
nothing
about
else.
the man talk about the win percentage. You understand? So
Right.
he have more to talk crap about
But
when
dog,
when
like
he
we
get
pay them
interviewed for him, man.
commentators because them commentators talk about it whole game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the man got next one, and they better go and bump him out when he go back on international duty next month. All right. Midfield are taking out. This is what we go want as opposed to what Ten Hag doing, right? So I going with a diamond midfield. I going with Amrabat at the base, Mount and Kobe Mino as the eights,
Kobe
Mano back
Manu.
Hannibal.
healthy.
Kobe Manu, he's still there.
Kobe back.
But Kobe get
Kobe,
a
I
second
mean-
today. Kobe, we get a second today. He starting that game. But I guess it's the hopeful lineup.
Nah,
He training?
Yeah, and I playing Yeah, he training 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now.
Really? Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kobe, Amrabat, Mount, Hannibal,
Right.
and up top, I'm playing 2 strikers, Hoyland and Martial. And all they go see football. All they go see
We
football.
can see, we
And
can see
beating
football, dog.
Copenhagen.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm telling you.
That
I'm
is
confident in that
Copenhagen,
11.
eh?
No Copenhagen running. Copenhagen running, chef. Don't get tired. You know?
Bro,
But
I hear you, though. But it's
yeah,
Copenhagen.
if we feel we're gonna dominate up Copenhagen, or there's
Nah,
something
We
coming.
can't,
Oh,
Tom,
we
Tom.
can't dominate Sheffield. We
We can't
dominate.
dominate. We can't dominate Sour Jablate right now.
We can't
well,
dominate
they are
Burnley.
saying
Nah, Copenhagen gonna we are on all
that
that.
team still exists.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Copenhagen, when you watch them that was giving teams trouble.
So I tell you, we under pressure. We're gonna be under pressure.
Well, they were telling you.
We're gonna be under pressure. So no, if no, but
But I
long
guess
time we
no
could have
Ten
still
Hag.
Copenhagen 3 points
I
in
guess
the
no
bag,
Ten
but
Hag
nah.
gonna I guess no Ten Hag gonna play. He preferred players. He can so Rashford gonna walk back into that team as usual. Bruno gonna walk back in.
But I
You
feel,
know,
but
them fellas
if
gonna
I
play.
feel
So we can have a
sometime
much wishful
me
lineup.
no fit, we
Rashford,
will
Bruno,
be
and
seeing
Ginter.
me no play.
But Rashford could get bench, boy. I tell you, Rashford could get
Yeah, why I done say that for the
Rashford
longest.
again,
Or Marcus Rashford can hold a bench, boy.
Rashford could get bench. Because I tell you that
Rashford again bench.
tactic
Rashford
today,
again
that
bench.
tactic today. No, because at the end of the day, if you're not executing the coach's plan, then you're gonna end up getting bench. Because
They
that
had to
tactic
bench.
today,
What's
that
saying,
tactic
right?
today was to free
What's saying?
Rashford. And if they're getting you free and not doing what you're supposed to do, then you had to bench.
Right, but what he's
But-
saying is he will before he drop Rashford, Nico, you will see what he was doing weeks before. He was trying to pull off Rashford earlier and earlier and earlier. Rashford played until the 80-something minute today. Right? That tells me that Rashford not gonna get bench. If Rashford get pulled off, let me say 45, 50, like when McTominay didn't get pulled off, then I'll say okay, it have a risk of Rashford
How
getting
about we're
bench.
going in search of
Rashford
a
not
goal
getting
too?
bench. No,
Rashford
but that's
getting
what I'm saying. Rashford it is more than likely that Rashford will start and come off earlier if he not performing Tuesday than he not starting.
True.
Right?
True,
Rashford
true.
starting, big man.
Yeah.
Here I telling you. Right? So
Oh
guys,
yeah,
I think
any team that have speedy attackers is paying for
we're
winning.
in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
That's City game next week, no, boy.
Look,
We go talk about that Tuesday. We talk about that
I'd-
Tuesday.
yeah. We ain't thinking about that now, way. We just focus on Copenhagen now. We know. I ain't want to think about Pep and Doku and them fellas on them right now. Right? So guys,
Thank
not a
God.
good performance. We've
Thank
been
God
echoing
next
this
week is my
since the season
barbecue, so I ain't
starts.
seen that game.
I come into the barbecue.
Yeah, come to barbecue. Yeah, but thank God that I'm too busy to watch Manchester.
Good.
Over here, all good, all right? We gain the points, but it's hard. It's hard to watch.
It's real
right?
hard. It's hard.
I don't know. I don't know. Right? I don't know if I prefer we play good and we ain't get a result or to endure this kind of nonsense and win games. Right? I still believe we could get both, right? We could play good and win
No, I
games.
just
but
believe
I
it
don't
has
know, like Man
catch up
United don't
to
believe
you.
that.
It has catch up to you eventually. Well.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's going to happen today because
You know?
Sheffield deserved to be one up, eh? And you see, the command it was 14-8. And they never won all, but they
Tell you,
deserved
up to that
goal.
up to that 60th minute, Sheffield deserved to win that game.
They deserve that goal. So yeah, catch up tail.
Yeah. So we could only hope that, guys, we could kick on. We go kick on from now. That's the hope, rather than expectation, but it's the hope, right? And it's the hope that's how we keep watching this football team play, right?
Nah, boy.
So let's hope. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to watch because the team again, we no kind of belief, right? But we're hopeful that the next game, them fellas turn up. You know, we go start to see Ten Hag ball, boy. Because right now, even Nico afraid to drink with Ten Hag cook boiling, right?
Nah, boy.
You understand? So
Afraid.
I know. But guys, I mean, again, I think we reached the end of the program this evening, fellas. So Phil, Simeon, Chef, Nico, guys, it was nice. Those in the comments, you know, we do appreciate the likes and the comments and the shares. Don't forget that we're on YouTube. We want to get the YouTube side a little more active now because I think it's only Wakanda Forever was on YouTube. So a little we get the YouTube side more active now. Right? So if it might mean that you have to jump off Facebook and go there, do that. Right? Jody's saying here, the Juju boss says so, right? He's saying we winning 3-0 Tuesday.
I did prefer you
What
say we
me?
lose. We
Predictions
lose it.
I go to watch too now, boy.
If
Nah,
Jody had
wait
say
to
we
predictions
lose
I go to
it,
watch too because we could win 3-0 now, but it could be a real rough watch now, boy. I ain't even.
Yeah, but then
Right.
then watch then tough, but
Yeah, it's hard. You know, anyway. So, guys, we will be here again on Tuesday to review the Copenhagen game, and hopefully we'll get to fit in some takeover talk, right? So, have a good
and
night,
to
everybody.
promote Chef
See you on
Barbecue
the next
next week
one.
Saturday.
yeah,
And to
man.
promote Chef Barbecue next week, Saturday, for sure. Later.
Later,
Bye.
brothers.